Fans of the Verve Pipe are celebrating the release of the band's first album in 4 years. I sat down with lead singer Vander Ark to talk about the new record and why he still loves performing after 3 decades in the music business. Nice to sit down with you in person.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. I saw you at Meyer Gardens, though.
Oh, yeah.
This
summer.
I
saw you there, didn't I?
Yeah.
I feel like I gave you a hug out in the audience.
That was so nice. Was that your first live show back after the pandemic?
No, we had done a handful of shows, but that was the first time that we felt like, wow, we're really back.
Yes.
And then the next week we had 4 shows canceled.
We did.
Yeah, in the Midwest. It was like, oh, what is going on? And when is this going to end?
Yeah, it has been like that. So you were able to do your old songs, but you had your new songs too.
The new songs feel so good. And for the first time, like usually, like a little iffy on this song and this song and this song, but this new album that we just released, I'm so proud of, and it really fits us well.
That's nice.
Yeah.
After 30 years.
After 30 years. Yeah. 9 albums, I think, and then a couple of kids records, and then solo records. Yeah. I finally feel like I hit my stride on this one. Finally, I got it right.
Oh. How do you think you've been able to still be in it 30 years? Is it because you've been able to adapt, like you mentioned, the children's album and different things?
Yeah, the children's album, the whole thing really saved us in the mid-2000s. People were not buying CDs anymore. That was new to us. People were streaming more, and you don't make nearly as much money.
Right.
And we needed something to save us. We make more money off the kids stuff. Yeah, so it's funny that really saved us, and now it affords. Now we can afford to go in and record albums without signing a big record deal, without having to pay the record label 90% of the profit.
And you're so open and upfront about things like, hey, this isn't this big glamorous life of a rock star.
It's a business. But it's about a quality of life, and it's about performing, and if we're not performing, what are we doing, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when you've got a new album coming out.
How great is it then that you have always had that support here in West Michigan and still have it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, had West Michigan turned their back on us the way the nation did after the big album, our big album with the Freshmen on it and the whole thing, you know, people kind of moved on, went to the new genres and the whole thing. Had that happen to us, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
Does everybody have a story about the Freshmen?
Everybody. There was a time on TikTok for a little while that I'd gotten into TikTok through my kids. And there was a time where people would sing along to the Freshmen now, like they sang back then, and they would have confused looks on their face because now they understand what the song is about. And it's not really that, hurrah, let's go to the bar song. It's a really depressing song. But that feeling now of the impact that the song had with how dramatic it was, you know, there's a suicide, there's an abortion, there's a, you know.
Yeah.
And these are heavy subjects, you know. It opens up conversation. And that's what I'm thrilled with. But I feel like I've left a legacy of some sort that people had a discussion about the lyrics that I wrote. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's, as a writer, that's important to me.
And on this new album then, do you feel that too?
I feel like that time during the pandemic where we were suddenly, where we had 40-some shows canceled, the universe was saying, well, do what you do, write. This is a good time to write. And I think we took good advantage of that time off, and we wrote a tremendous record. That's getting great reviews, and the people love it so far, so wonderful.
Great to catch up with you.
Nice to catch up with you, too.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.